Dear students, in the last class we have discussed about fatty acid oxidation and fatty acid biosynthesis. In today's class we are going to discuss about the metabolism of cholesterol. Cholesterol is found exclusively in animals, hence it is often called as animal sterol. The total body content of cholesterol in an adult man weighing 70 kg is about 140 grams, that is around 2 grams per kg body weight. Cholesterol is amphipathic in nature since it possesses both hydrophilic and hydrophobic regions in the structure. Let me explain the functions of cholesterol in brief. Cholesterol is essential to life as it performs a number of important functions. It is a structural component of cell membrane. Cholesterol is a precursor for the synthesis of all other steroids in the body. These include steroid hormones, vitamin D and bile acids. It is an essential ingredient in the structure of lipoproteins, in which form the lipids in the body are transported. Fatty acids are transported to liver as cholesterol esters for oxidation. Next we are going to discuss the biosynthesis of cholesterol in detail. About 1 gram of cholesterol is synthesized per day in adults. Almost all of the tissues of the body participate in cholesterol biosynthesis. The largest contribution is made by liver and then intestine, skin, adrenal cortex, reproductive tissues will be in the follow-up. The enzymes involved in cholesterol synthesis are found in the cytosol and microsomal fractions of the cells. Acetate of acetyl-CoA provides all the carbon atoms in cholesterol. The reducing equivalents are supplied by NADPH while ATP provides energy. For the production of 1 molecule of cholesterol, 18 moles of acetyl-CoA, 36 moles of ATP and 16 moles of NADPH are required. By administering acetate with C14 isotope label either on the methyl group or carboxyl group, the origin of carbon atoms in the entire molecule of cholesterol has been established. The sources of carbon atoms and the key intermediates of cholesterol formation are going to be discussed in this class. The synthesis of cholesterol may be learnt in 5 stages. Synthesis of HMG-CoA is the first stage. Second stage is formation of mevalonate, which is a 6-carbon compound. Third stage is production of isoprenoid units, which are 5-carbon compounds. The fourth stage is synthesis of squalene, which is a 30-carbon compound. And the fifth stage is conversion of squalene to cholesterol, which is a 27-carbon compound. Coming to the first stage, that is synthesis of HMG-CoA. What is HMG-CoA? It is beta hydroxy beta methyl glutaryl CoA. 2 molecules of acetyl-CoA condense to form aceto-acetyl-CoA. Another molecule of acetyl-CoA is then added to produce HMG-CoA. 2 isoenzymes of HMG-CoA synthase are known. The cytosomal enzyme is involved in cholesterol synthesis, whereas the mitochondrial HMG-CoA synthase participates in ketone body formation. Now we are going to see the second stage, formation of mevalonate. HMG-CoA reductase is the rate limiting enzyme in cholesterol biosynthesis. This enzyme is present in endoplasmic reticulum and catalyzes the reduction of HMG-CoA to mevalonate. The reducing equivalents are supplied by NADPH. The third stage is production of isoprenoid units. In a three-step reaction catalyzed by kinases, mevolinate is converted to 3-phospho-5-pyrophosphomavolinate, which upon decarboxylation forms isopentenyl pyrophosphate. The later isomerizes to dimethyl allyl pyrophosphate. Both isopentenyl pyrophosphate and dimethyl allyl pyrophosphate are 5-carbon isoprenoid units. The fourth stage is synthesis of squalene, a 30-carbon compound. Both isopentenyl pyrophosphate and dimethyl allyl pyrophosphate condense together to produce a 10-carbon geranyl pyrophosphate. Another molecule of IPP, that is isopentenyl pyrophosphate, condenses with geranyl pyrophosphate to form a 15-carbon farnesyl pyrophosphate. 2 units of farnesyl pyrophosphate unite and get reduced to produce a 30-carbon compound called squalene. The fifth stage is conversion of squalene to cholesterol. Squalene undergoes hydroxylation and cyclization utilizing oxygen and NADPH and gets converted to lanosterol. The formation of cholesterol from lanosterol is a multi-step process with a series of about 19 enzymatic reactions, which involves the reduction of carbon atoms from 30 to 27, removal of 2 methyl groups from C4 and 1 methyl group from C14, shift of double bond from C8 to C5, reduction in the double bond present between C24 and C25. The enzymes involved in the conversion of lanosterol to cholesterol are associated with endoplasmic reticulum. 14-desmethyl-lanosterol, zymosterol, cholesterol-dienol and desmosterol are among the intermediates in the cholesterol biosynthesis. The penultimate product is 7-dehydrocholesterol, which on reduction finally yields cholesterol. Cholesterol biosynthesis is believed to be a part of a major metabolic pathway concerned with the synthesis of several other isoprenoid compounds. These include ubiquinone and dolicol. Ubiquinone is the coenzyme Q of electron transport chain, and dolicol is an important isoprenoid unit found in glycoprotein biosynthesis. Both of them are derived from farnesyl pyrophosphate. Regulation of cholesterol synthesis. This is a very important process. Cholesterol biosynthesis is controlled by the rate-limiting enzyme HMG-CoA reductase at the beginning of the pathway. HMG-CoA reductase is found in association with endoplasmic reticulum and is subjected to different metabolic controls. The first part of regulation is by feedback control. The end product cholesterol controls its own synthesis by a feedback mechanism. Increase in the cellular concentration of cholesterol reduces the synthesis of the enzyme HMG-CoA reductase. This is achieved by decreasing the transcription of the gene responsible for the production of HMG-CoA reductase. Feedback regulation has been investigated with regard to LDL cholesterol taken up by the cells, and the same mechanism is believed to operate whenever cellular cholesterol level is elevated. The second type of regulation is with the help of hormones. The enzyme HMG-CoA reductase exists in two interconvertible forms. The dephosphorylated form of HMG-CoA reductase is more active while the phosphorylated form is less active. The hormones exert their influence through cyclic AMP, a secondary messenger, by a series of reactions which are comparable with the control of the enzyme glycogen synthase. Glycogen synthase is a key regulatory enzyme of the pathway glycogenesis. The net effect is that glucagon and glucocorticoids favor the formation of inactive HMG-CoA reductase and thus decrease cholesterol synthesis. On the other hand, insulin and thyroxine increase cholesterol production by enhancing the formation of active HMG-CoA reductase in dephosphorylated form. And third type of regulation is by inhibition by some drugs. The drugs Compactin and lovastatin are fungal products. They are used to decrease the serum cholesterol level in patients with hypercholesterolemia. Compactin and lovastatin are competitive inhibitors of the enzyme HMG-CoA reductase and therefore reduce cholesterol synthesis. About 50 to 60% decrease in serum cholesterol level has been reported by a combined use of these two drugs. HMG-CoA reductase activity is also inhibited by bile acids. Fasting also reduces the activity of this enzyme. Now we will see how the cholesterol which is biosynthesized in the body is degraded. The steroid nucleus of the cholesterol cannot be metabolized in humans. Cholesterol is converted to bile acids excreted in feces and serves as a precursor for the synthesis of steroid hormones, vitamin D, coprostanol and cholestanol. Coprostanol and cholestanol are cholesterol. Coming to the synthesis of bile acids, cholesterol acts as a precursor for the formation of bile acids. Cholesterol can be converted to 7-hydroxycholesterol with the help of NADPH as a coenzyme, and this NADPH is oxidized to NADP and cholesterol is reduced to 7-hydroxycholesterol with the help of the enzyme 7-alpha hydroxylase. And this 7-hydroxycholesterol undergoes several steps and can be finally converted to cholic acid and cheno-deoxycholic acid. The cholic acid can be conjugated with glycine and taurine to form glycocholic acid and taurocholic acid respectively. And cheno-deoxycholic acid can also be conjugated with a taurine or glycine to form tauro or glycocheno-deoxycholic acid. And finally, with the help of intestinal bacteria, it can be fermented to form deoxycholic acid, and tauro or glycocheno-deoxycholic acid can be fermented to form lithocholic acid. Cholesterol is a precursor for the synthesis of 5 classes of steroid hormones. They are glucocorticoids, mineralocorticoids, progestins, androgens and estrogens. 7-dehydrocholesterol, an intermediate in the synthesis of cholesterol, is converted to cholecalciferol by ultraviolet rays in the skin. This cholesterol is present in the plasma lipoproteins in two forms. About 70 to 75% of it is in an esterified form with the long chain fatty acids. About 25 to 30% exist as free cholesterol. This form of cholesterol readily exchanges between different lipoproteins and also with the cell membranes. high density lipoproteins called HDL and the enzyme lecithin cholesterol acyl transferase, shortly called LCAT, are responsible for the transport and elimination of cholesterol from the body. LCAT is a plasma enzyme synthesized by the liver. It catalyzes the transfer of fatty acid from the second position of phosphatidylcholine to the hydroxyl group of cholesterol. HDL cholesterol is a real substrate for LCAT, and this reaction is freely reversible. LCAT activity is associated with ApoA1 of HDL. The cholesterol ester forms an integral part of HDL. In this manner, the cholesterol from the peripheral tissues is trapped in HDL by a reaction catalyzed by LCAT and then transported to liver for degradation and excretion. This mechanism is commonly known as reverse cholesterol transport. In healthy individuals, the total plasma cholesterol is in the range of 150 to 200 mg per deciliter. In the newborn, it is less than 100 mg per deciliter and rises to about 150 mg per deciliter within an year. The women have relatively lower plasma cholesterol, which is attributed to the hormones estrogens. Cholesterol level increases with increasing age and also in pregnancy. The total cholesterol level can be estimated by many methods such as Lieberman-Bouchard reaction, Carr and Drucker method, and more recently cholesterol oxidase method. In adults, the normal LDL cholesterol is about 80 to 150 mg per deciliter, while HDL cholesterol is around 30 to 60 mg per deciliter. Elevation in plasma HDL cholesterol is beneficial to the body since it protects the body from atherosclerosis and coronary heart diseases. On the other hand, increase in LDL cholesterol is harmful to the body as it may lead to various complications including coronary heart disease. Individual lifestyles and habits certainly influence serum cholesterol and thus play a significant role in the development of coronary heart disease. The parameters such as high blood pressure, emotional stress, smoking, drinking, coffee drinking, lack of exercise, obesity elevate serum cholesterol level. The elevation of serum cholesterol level is called clinically as hypercholesterolemia. Several measures are advocated to lower the plasma cholesterol level, mainly consumption of polyunsaturated fatty acid containing food, taking fiber-rich diet, especially vegetables, decrease the cholesterol absorption from the intestine, avoiding high carbohydrate diet, adequate changes in the lifestyles, and consumption of alcohol should be moderated, and use of certain drugs such as lovastatin, usually clofibrate, increases the activity of lipoprotein lipase and reduces the plasma cholesterol and triglycerols. Decrease in plasma cholesterol is clinically called as hypocholesterolemia. This is less common. Hyperthyroidism, pernicious anemia, malabsorption syndrome, hemolytic jaundice are the various disorders associated with hypocholesterolemia.